Take the Lincoln Tunnel through Weehawken, through Secaucus, across the Hackensack River, and you'll arrive, as we have, at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. And he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Flag down. This could set him back. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. From the 17, Prescott. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Gordon. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
47-yard line.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
He'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And it's 3rd and short.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And some room to maneuver. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
Prescott off play action. And it's hauled in by Nick Vanette. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Gordon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
try and run it. Here's Gordon. And Gordon's going to be stopped short. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them. Bring it up 4th down.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And the drive starts with a completion left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is Jones. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Odell Beckham, 41 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Got Gordon open, completes it. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. Open man, it's Vanette. And he will have a Broncos 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
I'm coming after you. 51's the mic. 51's the mic. Hey, watch your leg.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
In punt formation for the Broncos.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Crowder now to return. And that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
7-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. He'll drop to throw. He'll have a first down past the 40. And all the way up to the 46. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Let's go.
Now Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 32-yard line. Jones. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Pick me up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going for it all. That's going to be caught by Crowder. It's a Jets touchdown. Jamison Crowder. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Able to get this to Gordon. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side in the flat of the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Prescott from the gun. And that's complete. Albert Okwuegbunam. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And the Broncos first down.
Prescott yet again. He'll go up top here for Hamler. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
At the 45-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Carl Lawson just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
12 yards.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
And that is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And his kick is good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and the Broncos are going to have a new set of downs.
1st down, Denver.
He'll get that complete to Albert O. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Watch the slant. Hey, check Mike 56.
Final play of the half. Prescott. Open man Hamler. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half.
Let's go, baby.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us.
And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game, as his guys continue to pour it on. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Makes the score Jets 31. Broncos.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at their 49-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Watch twist. He'll go 46.
This is Gordon. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Marcus May with a pick. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They'll look to throw. Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 45 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it with Jones. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another 1st. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Jamison Crowder. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Now it's Crowder. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
And nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
And they'll run the option to start the drive.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll go again to Jones. And he's not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now there's also a flag down, and it's in the area of holding. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Well, the second down throw on target. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
There goes Melvin Gordon, and all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, his 4th touchdown on the year, and the Broncos get one score closer.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Running on first down is Jones, but he's not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Jones. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Hamler now on the return. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. First down, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
This is Hamler on the receiving end.
Prescott's pass.
A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
For the Broncos.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on.
Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
10 at their own 9-yard line.
57's the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hatchet. Check 26. Check 26.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on first down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 7 yards there and a first down.
First down, Broncos.
57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. That time he was looking for Jerry Jeudy, and it's 3rd and 5.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Got a man, it's Jeudy, complete. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Defense.
Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Watch the boot. Check.
A give to Jones. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Broncos first down.
And here's a quick throw to Hamler on the edge. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well, great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Broncos on third down. They're hitting it just 30%, 3 for 10. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try and run it. Here's Corey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Got Gordon open, completes it. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Complete to Melvin Gordon. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up
just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. And he rifles one incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 14 yards through the air. Caught the D off guard on 3rd and 1. Prescott on 1st down. He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. Now the ball comes loose, and it's scooped up by the Jets.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And he'll be brought down right on the 50, a gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Tighten down. There you go. Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no, let's switch the mic right here. We'll go Mike 40. Mike 40. Watch the out. Watch the out.
So that'll back him up 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. And they will take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no